All right. How's it going, Tavon? I just warming up with some figures a little bit. These are bad figures, but not completely bad. But cool thing is we'll be able to start on doing some of the roughs for chapter 11 today. So I'm excited to be able to finally get to that. And the I hope the quality is showing up a little bit better. It's on my computer instead of the iPad. So hope it looks a little bit better. I think I remember that the quality looks just, looks a little bit better when I do that. So I hope that's showing up. Yeah, how are you? How you been? And I also wonder, did you finish Akira yet? So I think you said you were checking that out. One of the previous streams, and I think the last stream we didn't really get to talk about it. Not too much anyway. I think we spoke about how you thought the kid was, Akira and stuff, and you thought it was evil and things of that nature. Alright, now to delete everything on this layer because, I don't need it. Cool. Now, the ending was trippy. I'm gonna change this resolution to like 400 instead of 600. I think that would be better. Yeah, 350 is fine. I don't usually like that because this document is pretty big now. But yeah, you said the ending was trippy. Yeah, fine. I finished. Nice. Um, so, um, you actually got to see what Tetsuo was like at his most powerful. So you got to hopefully, well, yeah, you seen it. So you seen what he was able to do with the whole moon thing, uh, that was pretty cool. Um, I just love how they were tethering the power set to things in nature. I think that's the thing that really always stuck with me. Um, it wasn't just some sort of fanciful thing. It actually, it actually was something that you could be like, oh, this is essentially, it's essentially like how it's a the way the power set worked felt kind of like a like an X-Men type thing where but instead it's like, oh, these people are born with these powers, but instead of learning how to just have people just grow naturally with this, they're trying to force people into you know just growing people like that and then trying to harness them. It's kind of crazy. The dumbass, he caused hella storms and shit. Yeah, right. He was trying to show off for Akira, I believe. But I mean, of course he was a dumbass. He was a delinquent. He's a delinquent who, at the time, wasn't as learned as he could have been, and he didn't care. And I think that speaks to the whole like aspect of like having a certain amount of power as well. You get to a certain amount of power, and you stop thinking about human aspects of things, right? Hmm. But yeah, I love that story. It's like a long format thriller or something. It's a really dope roller coaster of like what's going down. How are we gonna deal with this? Oh no, something else happened. How are we gonna deal with that? You know, it was a consistent thing where Tokyo would keep going through these massive problems, and the people would have to just keep trying to survive. Obviously, some people mentally didn't make it through. Some people went through a lot of changes and things of that nature, but they always kept moving and kept trying. So that's the good part. A lot of good stuff in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and save this. Hopefully it saves. Yep. All right, cool. And this is the other document, right? We don't need that up right now. So here's the previous, thumbnails we came up with in the previous stream. And I kind of, after looking at it more today, I'm kind of okay with it ending around 15 pages. I think I'll take the ideas that I had for the ending of this chapter. Like it was only going to be a page or two past this. But I'll take those ideas and I'll take them and put them into the next chapter. So I think we accomplished a decent amount here. And I think that having those other 2 pages worth of content wouldn't have added to too much. If I change my mind, that's fine as well. I could get to the end of drawing out or doing the roughs for everything here and go like, oh, you know what, I think it could be better if I had that content. But right now, I think that is fine. I think it works just fine. I don't have a chapter cover yet. I think it'll be something similar to this or something different. I don't know. I could change it. But yeah, I don't have a chapter cover yet right now. No idea for that completely. I mean, this is cool and all, but this is just a sketch for what was gonna go like in this page here. I don't know if you can see that cursor. I hope you can. But in page 2 here. So just a sketch for that. So yeah. Alright. So let me see. So I think the cool thing now is that since I'm kind of settled on most of the ideas here, I can go ahead and get ready to start the roughs. So that's great. We get to get further in this process. So what I'm going to do is go to New. It's going to give me these options here. And going to go over to, what is this, Comic? And let's see if anything's set up right. It says 8 right there. If I go here, that says 8. Trying to check. I actually would love a tutorial on like getting these types of things ready for print. I always feel like I don't know enough for it. But I don't know if Clip Studio allows you to set things up where you can just keep everything in one document. But I also don't like if you are able to, I don't know if it's such a good idea because just in case you have a problem with your computer and like you crash, it crashes or you lose some data, it would suck to lose just that file because then you would lose everything out of your book. Like if you're trying to like make like a whole volume of content, which is usually around like, I think it goes from around 120 and up, right? 120 and up for a book. Usually manga is usually around like 180 pages to about 200 something pages, right? It would suck to lose all that work just because you saved everything together, you know? So I'm kind of okay with doing it chapter by chapter right now, but I also think it'll be cool to save it like twice. So I could save it chapter by chapter and then also save everything in the volume. That way, when I want to take it and turn it into a PDF, I could just go ahead and go to the one that I've saved with all the chapters in one together, and I can just go ahead and say like convert to PDF, and then it can just like okay, and then loading bar will come up and it'll be going through all those pages just to make that PDF for you. But it'll be great because everything will be formatted exactly the same and be really cohesive in everything. So that would just be fantastic. So I need to figure that out. I got to do more research. Oh, and if anyone knows, who's watching the video after it goes up, tell me. That'd be dope. So I'm going to try and set up this really quickly. Usual stuff here. I set up 16. I usually like to go a little bit further. And it doesn't matter because what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a document where a folder where I have all these pages up, and they'll be like JPEG and things of that nature, maybe PDF. And they'll have like all the pages for the whole entire volume. And then I'll have to go through and number them one by one, but I'll get there when I get there. I don't want any pagination, the page number stuff. is starting to really affect everything. This is bottom left. This is bottom. This is bottom right. I'll just put it at the bottom. Oh, cool. And it says record time lapse. I'll also add that. That'd be cool. Time lapse recordings are saved with the canvas, making file sizes larger than usual. Yeah. I know. Okay. Good. Then bind folio each. Okay. And does it also tell me whether or not these are going to be put together in a double page spread or not? Because that's what I don't see. Combine into 2-page spread. Yep. Got the 0. Yep. And cover page. Yep. Alright. I think everything's relatively set up. Let's try and see what it looks like. Oh yeah, does it tell me where it's going to be saved? I'm going to go ahead and put it in this other drive that I just started using. Sorry if this is taking too long. New drive, the Divinity, and volume 2 should be the thing, right? It's okay. Oh, of course, that. Alright. I'll open this up. Alright, cool. And it's wrong, right? Because it's going the wrong order, right? So we're going to go ahead and try again. Hopefully it remembers those settings. Same thing should be relatively set up, yep. So all I have to do is flip it. So where does it say that at? It's default. Oh yeah, I'm tired of this. I'm going to go ahead and put that on grayscale now. That way I don't have to move it. It's smart to do that. 60 is fine for that. 600 DPI is great. Where does it say which orientation it's going in? Alright, right binding. That's what we want. Okay, the only thing I have to do is rename all this stuff. It says it's on the right drive and everything. So here we go. I'll probably have to delete the other one, but it's okay. Just put new. That way it doesn't have to. Actually, let's see here. Chapter 11. Oh, okay. Interesting, it's not going. Alright. Ah, interesting. Cool, right? So then let's set up like our previous thing. So you can check here. If we go to recent, we go to, what is it, this one? Right, if we go to this one, we open it up. Right, we can see that it's from this side to there, just like how we draw at the moment, right? Draw from right to left. To get our comics done. And yeah, so I always set it up like that, and that's how this is shaped up too. That's good. All right. So here we go. We don't have a cover image, but what I'm going to do is just go through and copy and paste everything in here so we can use it for an underdrawing for each image. So that'll be cool. And it'll be basically this here. So that's what this process is going to be like at the moment. Good old copy. Go to, this is page 1. And go to paste. Oh, it's not that? Control T. What is? And yeah, these aren't like the best quality, but they don't need to be. They relatively just need to be yeah, they need to just be expandable right now. Right? So as long as I can get it like that, get that in there. Everything else I can essentially just figure out and do. And I'm also choosing this chapter to try my best to just stay within the panel border, live area joint, the one that you see directly in the middle, because it I don't really need to go too much outside of it, at least with the character art, right? And for some reason I save a bunch, but I need to. Here we go, pages. And this is what I mean. If you see this little rectangle here, that's like the live area. A lot of manga or comics, they kind of can stay directly in there. They don't really need to go outside of it. Alright, so where's the other thing, right? It's right there. You can have like 2 windows up right here. It can get confusing though. So I'm going to try and do is just stay really close to everything here so I can get the most out of it. And I see down here that I went outside of the live area with Samara. And I'm going to make sure I remember that. Why did it paste there? That's weird. So she should relatively be here. And everything else needs to not expand that way, but this way. Yep, that's relatively it. Gotta always remember I don't need to make everything go towards like fit perfectly and stuff. Things can definitely be in the middle. Can go back. So right now this is kind of like my process. I think maybe next time I'll try and just draw directly on Clip Studio. Right now I was sketching on Procreate. I don't know why, but it just feels really nice to sketch on there. and I'll take what I get from Procreate, and I'll end up usually I'll bring it over into Clip Studio. That wasn't never the plan, but it does help when you're trying to be mobile and stuff, when you can't get back in the studio and stuff, or in your room where you usually create. It's okay to have those types of options. But to make this process go a little bit smoother, the idea was always to sketch it in Clip Studio and then just blow it up later, like while in the same program. Alright, so this is fine. Yeah, that's relatively fine. So, to not bore everyone today, I'm only gonna post like some, yeah, I've only got 3 pages right there. I'm gonna do like the first 5, like meaning like I'm gonna take uh, those pages specifically and just bring them over, and then everything else I'll just kind of, basically I'm just gonna start the roughs, um, so it doesn't get too boring for everyone. But yeah, it's just a monotonous aspect to everything, and I haven't perfectly figured out how to get rid of that on this part of the process, but I will eventually. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, it is. It is the next part. Not sure. Yes, it is. I have no idea why the drawings essentially got better right there. At least I feel like they did. That's fine. Probably because it got more simplistic. And the first couple of drawings are very sketchy. That makes sense. Interesting. That is not what it's supposed to be. Yep, that's exactly how it's supposed to be. Alright, so I think that's like the first 5 right there. Right? Yep, it's first 5 right there. So, I'm going to go ahead and save. Click off of that. Now we only have this file up. I'm going to save this as well. I don't like when it says that. How do I overtake that? Just go here, make a line of something, save it. Right. Alright, so let's go back to page 1. And this is what I have for page 1 here. So now I'm going to start building some folders, and I'm going to go ahead and knock this down a bit. It's like 50%. That's good enough. And I'll actually put this in the folder, close the folder, double tap, I'm going to label it UD as an underdrawing. And I can also, from just the folder, turn it down even more. but I'm not going to. So now that we have that set up, I'm going to go ahead and set up the panels now. So go ahead and go to Layer, go to New. We want to go to Frame Border Folder. Create that. I don't think the line width is supposed to be that small. I think mine was set to about 25 before I crashed all my information. Gonna check. Anti-aliasing says none. That's fine. Cool. I think that looks about right. And as you can see, it goes directly over top of the live area. So that's the first thing that gets the line that goes around it. And then the next one I use is divide frame border. I really wish that I knew what my settings were again, but I don't remember. So it's going to be some guesswork, which is not fun, but you know. So it looks like basically this is about double the size here. Let's see, if I do this, that's super thin. So let's see here, what if I just double both of these? This is going to be 30 and this is going to be 16. Because they look tiny right now. Alright, so if I do that, it's still tiny. Right, but if I do this, we got a little bit of space in between it. So I'm thinking this is gonna have to be something like what's a good one? Like, is this 45 maybe? Yeah, like 45 and 45 plus 45. The heck was that outside? 90, 90. Not gonna click that one. I think you can also double tap here or something, but I guess not. It's not working for me anyway. I'll hold it. Yes, nice. That might be too much as well, but we'll see. Yeah, it's just not looking good to me. Actually, no, that's fine for those type of panels. Assistant, hold shift. So that's horizontal. Okay. Let's undo. Go up a little bit higher. Alright. So now we've got a bit of our frames. Kind of thinking I want to make that a little bit smaller as well. Undo. Go up about here. Right? I think that's better because it's we have this panel here having a bigger amount of space, and then the one at the bottom also has a decent amount of space here. I think that's pretty cool. I may even want to extend the top part as well. That wouldn't be a bad thing. But I probably should only raise it upwards to just accentuate the top part. And that should be, where is that at? You go to Object, right? Yes, you click this arrow here. Now we can extend that directly all the way up. And yeah, now our borders are done. And they're essentially perfect, right? Exactly how we need them to be. And we'll go ahead and run through quickly and do the other 5. It won't take me anywhere near as long as it used to. Same process, right? New folder, UD, drawing, drop in both of these here, close the folder, check, drop everything down to 50. Alright, go ahead and make a new frame folder. Frame border joint, same settings. Both of these at the same time, right? Yep. Cool. I don't actually know if I should have done that at the same time, but I think that'll be fine. It's just faster to do. Alright, so what's going on? Is this not on the same settings? Oh, it is. Okay, there it is. It's like, what's happening? There we go. There we go. We're gonna extend the other one downward. Here. Alright, back to this joint here. First, we always do horizontals first. Right? Then we do vertical here. I'm also holding down the shift key so that these things go straight. So undo that. That's not right. Okay. And then we click off of it. Alright. Oh, when did that happen? That is not straight. Now we gotta undo. Wow, that was like the first thing I messed up on. It sucks. Good. Good. Alright, those two are done. Go ahead and save. I may have to drop the opacity even lower. Click off of that page, go over here to this one, right? Go ahead and new folder, UD, drop these two in. Right, I didn't turn them down, like 50, whatever, 40 something. Alright, here we go. On the line. And we messed that one up. Do the next one. And the next one. And we're done. Right? It's very fast. You can do that very, very quickly. Yeah. So I don't remember what my actual settings were when it comes to the spacing of my my horizontals on top, like my what are these called? Like column? No, rows. Like my rows of panels here that are sitting on top of each other. I don't know what the spacing used to be. I guess I could go check and measure it out or something, but I usually try to have a pretty wider area because usually when you go down, it's a good signal that time is past a certain amount. So I'm gonna go down a little bit more with this. Hopefully it's still showing up well on everyone's screen. So that's, put it up to like 60 from here. Alright, now what I'm gonna do is create a new file layer. And this is just gonna be our roughs. And like, yeah, roughs. I'm gonna make this layer red. And all my roughs are about to be is obviously just the rough sketches on top of everything. So that's what we're about to finally start. So I'm going to get some of this stuff out of the way. So I don't need it up anymore. Usually move that over. And we won't be working with a bunch of tools. We only need like some pencils here and there. I don't remember or not. Like, did we work on roughs in the previous chapter on stream? Because I know we did a bunch. We almost did like everything on stream. And if we did, because I think we did, if we did we do it on the iPad or on my computer? I always have the hardest time picking a decent pencil when it comes to digital artwork. Um, it might be because of the fact that like I don't know, it's just difficult to do. Opacity. Real pencil. Everything's so dark. Maybe I can just turn the opacity down a bit. I think Clip Studio is amazing when it comes to like I think I'm gonna just stick with this one. Maybe. I think Clip Studio is amazing when it comes to ink pens, though, like inking brushes and things of that nature. I think those are always fantastic when it comes to Clip Studio. Alright, so we got this guy. Just gonna do really quick passes at everything. Hey, how's it going, Vucky? Whoa, that's not what I wanted to press there. Pencil. Okay. Actually think maybe I should turn it up a little bit. And turn this down a bit more. That's not what I was talking about. It's going well? I'm doing fine. I'm doing just fine. Kind of just working through some of the roughs of this chapter now. Finally got this far. It's been a pretty chill stream so far. Yeah, this guy's like up here on like this mountain farm. Kind of just It's kind of very small. Am I telling you about the Divinity? Sure, what would you like to know? Um, so far, it's about a teenager who awakens a god and their bond between each other. Um, without getting into many specific other details and things of that nature. I really don't like this pencil. I really want to like this pencil. Because a part of me is like, you know, if you don't like the pencil, you won't get enough work done. And I'm like, it's bugging me. So, right, the previous one, I didn't draw the, what is it called, the clothing on them yet. I drew their anatomy and things of that nature. And then later, I added the clothing and things of that nature in a different layer. Let me stop zooming out so much, or zooming in, no. And keep it like about there. And we have around here. Okay, that's weird. Is it like not working there? Like a dead pixel or something? Let's find out. It could be. Yeah, the more I get closer to this side, nothing shows up. Interesting. That kind of sucks. Let's pull this up higher then. Does that work? That is so odd. Okay, fine. Fine. I'll leave it alone. Alright. This guy is laying here. That's way too long. Alright, so we got some kicks and things of that nature going on here. I'll probably lift that up a bit, honestly. Usually it would be like this. Let's go in that direction. Here we go this direction. Really, Tavon, what is up with this ominous sound of this freaking train going past, man? Like, is it the subway? Because if it is the subway, it's understandable, but I still wonder, like, how is it that loud underground? It's definitely possible. No, the subway doesn't have a horn like that. What the heck? Then what is this freaking sound? Like, what? Alright, it's starting to become a little bit eerie, you know? Just a little bit. Just a little bit eerie now. Plus, it's underground. Yeah, right? It's pretty far underground. Like, so I don't. Dang, I almost wish you didn't tell me. Now I'm like, why? Like, why is it that loud? And what is it? Like, what the heck? Basically, straight out. Yeah, sorry, Vucky, I believe your name is. I'm probably definitely not good at pitching my stories. Not a skill I was ever very prominent at. A bit of it is out though on certain places like Tapas. I eventually want to get on to webtoons. I just haven't yet. Um, but it has action. It's an action adventure story. Uh, Reads like a manga because it's kind of written to be one to some degree. Mm, there are powers and abilities. There's martial arts. Um, and there's a plot. It's slow, but it happens. And now that dead pixel thing is happening again. Why? I just want to draw the comic. Please. Let me draw. So you tell. Oh, Jesus. I just tried to do a double tap to undo that you can do on the iPad. So I'm going to just do that. I'm going to bring that form up a different way. And probably play around with that a bit. Also, like I just broke his arm. Such a stiff pose, I gotta watch out for that. Right, okay. I give him such a big hit here. What else do we have? That punch actually doesn't look good to me, but it's not a bad punch. What does this do? No, it doesn't. So it might be here. Let's go ahead and see if we can do something like this. It's not bad. And I don't think that works. If we're gonna do that, could do a straighter one. Okay. See, now I don't actually like the things here. How do I do that? Sorry for the pause. I'm actually posing, trying to, figure it out. What we could do, right? Let's go ahead and get that lasso fill and make it not fill by making it just erase things. Where's that? It's a pencil. So what I could do, maybe try to move the hips a bit. Right, because it's too much of a of a pose here, is what it is. Actually, yeah, that's fine. Could have it where his leg is down here. Of course, I'm getting those dead pixel things. Please work. I wonder if it's my pen and not actually the tablet that's making that happen. Okay, I'm gonna just do it like this then. So you have him with his leg back like this. You have this leg coming forward, and we're sliding or something, right? And that way we keep our gesture leading into the punch. Okay. I just have to adjust all of these to make sure they have the consistent ground plane. So, since that's the case, right, if that's the case, this should be bigger. This background up here should be bigger. Because he would definitely run out of room, right? Makes me think, should I just adjust it a bit and make it smaller? I could do that. You know what? Why am I working this hard? Let's go ahead and just fill this whole thing in anyway, right? And the other thing is it wouldn't actually be that big, so I have to be careful with that. Alright, and then you don't usually want to use the pen, but I mean, it's probably going to be silhouetted anyway. There we go. Alright. Alright. Yeah, that looks fun. Alright. And what I'll also do is I'll just, yeah, let's say he's utilizing the space a little bit more. So I think it'd be smart to just kind of raise these up a little bit, all of them. So everything's here. Gonna move that up a little bit. I have to adjust the middle ones and stuff like that separately. So we already have this guy on the ground, kind of establishes a ground plane. This guy's kind of stepping off of it, so we'll kind of adjust him accordingly. Alright. And okay. Gonna need more space for that a little bit. So we want this guy to kind of be off the ground. A little bit bigger. Sure, that's almost there. Okay. Alright. And we're gonna go ahead and that's annoying. I thought if this was over this, it wouldn't snap to it. I guess I was wrong. Let's go ahead and get off of the ruler there. No, it shouldn't snap to. Nope, good. Alright. There we go. we go. I'm gonna do that right there. And that'll be that. Alright. What else do we want to have here? Alright, we're gonna go ahead and grab our pencil again. And we're gonna put Samara here, right? She's tiny, but she's here. And I guess she would be also silhouetted here. Except I have her eyes glowing. Okay. So now we gotta do this type of reference again in the second panel. Well, third panel at this point, right? Still trying to be okay with this pencil, but I'm also trying not to think about it too much. It's like, okay, yeah, we don't like the pencil. Who cares? Let's get the work done. Let's have fun drawing. Yeah, but honestly, the phase before this, those small little tiny sketches, that requires so much more of my brain power. It's really the most difficult part for me. It's the most difficult part of the process for me. Last thing he did was the punch. All right. Okay. Right. Okay, he did that. And the next thing could be, since that is it's the right hand, right? So we could do the left punch, right? Accursed little drawings. Yes. They'll be small, but hopefully not too small. I hope they're showing up well enough for you, though, on your side of everything. Gotta admit that, in the last, chapter, the small drawings definitely, messed me up a bit. And, it wasn't like they're, like, horrible or anything. It was just that, well, first of all, tiny drawings, you have to think of them like everything two ways. And it's like, do they read from far away? And then do they look okay when you get a certain amount of close? And those drawings looked okay. I eventually got them to decent. But the problem was I actually forgot to draw Samara several times on certain panels. And I was like, oh no, like one of my, main characters is like missing from the scene just because of how tiny I had to draw everything. And it became a thing where as though like I literally couldn't remember to draw her because I was trying to make this tiny drawing look good. So just literally forgot that she was there. So that didn't work out, but have to go back, and I have gone back and added her several times and things of that nature. Trying to do like a trying to just do like a natural next pose type thing. Natural next pose. But it's actually not supposed to be a pose, actually. I'm trying to do something where I get out the habit of thinking of these as poses, even though technically they are. Um, where basically I can think of them as moment-to-moment action. Okay, I'll try that one for a second. And then we'll go ahead and do this. See, the best thing about like drawing small right now is that like my documentation, well, my document size, the resolution isn't small. It's fairly big. So even though I'm drawing small, I could get really close. And like right now I'm at 33% of zoom. So even if like I could get like this close, right? And now you can see that, that really bad texture, I guess, on my brush that I've come to. I swear I changed it already. It's like an opacity thing. It's not an opacity thing. It's a brush density thing, I assume. So I forget how it exactly works, but I took it down before. I don't know how to exactly do it now, but I'll have to play around with it and with certain settings and things of that nature. But yeah, it means that I can get really close to those poses and stuff. But I think your eye can tell problems with a drawing better when you don't have something so close to your face like that. So I'm going to just keep it like this for now. Alright. So this is the pose, this is the type of strike we want to make here, right? So we already know that this is kind of like what the torso is going to be doing. And now we can throw the leg here. Let's try that. Or the neck here, shoulder. All this should be crunched a bit. Here. All right. Alright, so that would be, this one would be coming back here as we go forward. Okay. Which is here. Alright, so all this stuff is adjustable, right? It's funny, I started to see that the spacing started to, how you call it, it's more space in the beginning here, and then things started to speed up near the end. And I think that's also fine. It actually helps a bit with like the rhythm of things, you know? Again, I'm adjusting to just kind of make sure I keep the ground plane consistent. So I get to sketch freely without being constrained, and then I have to go back and constrain myself, or contain. So I could imagine the ground plane is here. Drawing's a bit too big. I don't exactly like this pose here, but I'm going to keep it for now. So again, too big. That's fine. That's just a part of a kneecap I'll miss. It's fine. This right here should be coming forward. So I'll adjust that. This one here is behind, so it should be a little bit smaller. About there. Okay. So another decent amount of space right there. There's a lot of energy or stuff lost here, I would say. So I might, like I said, replace some of the stuff here, but I don't want to get stuck on it and like waste too much time. That's the only thing. So technically, we can assume that it's still, the thing is still underneath of him. So I think that's what I'll do. Still use the lasso tool, and of course that means that it's possible for me to have like be losing some like line work here and there, but I've already kind of been very efficient up until now, and it's okay if I'll lose some things here and there. I will draw it again. It's not that crazy. Alright, ground's not perfectly even, so we're going to do that. Essentially, doing that. So we still know we're still relatively in the same area, or, location. So I'll adjust that accordingly. Alright, what else do we have here? We gotta adjust some of the legs. So this should be going down like that. And this should be going down in general. I see that I put the ground plane a little bit further back as well, so that means that the camera will be tilting upwards, right? We're starting off like this, but I don't think I want to completely do that. I'm okay with then just literally being on the ground from the first shot, so we're gonna have to fix some of these poses again. Okay, that was just mainly that one. And again, I don't like that second pose. I could try to just fix it now, but I'm always afraid of like getting stuck and then realize that many, hours or whatever have gone past and haven't made enough progress on anything. It's not a good feeling. So let's go with block, right? That looks okay. Alright, and this one again is going backwards. And we're gonna take a pen and just kind of Alright, so not to get, don't want to get too caught up on all that. Yeah, I'll leave that alone for now. We basically got what we wanted. We gotta draw the cat again, right? So I also noticed I wanted her to be in the background in different areas and stuff. Yeah. So you can have her here. Alright, we can have her here. Right? So that could look cool. I think we'll have her some other times here and here. At least 2 more times. It's kind of crowded now. Over in this area. around. Alright, just a bunch of little drawings there and there. Cool. Let's keep it going. Whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. Alright, so here's this panel, right? And here, this is the, the last panel of this page. And I just kind of want to accentuate. Oh, look, my team is up now. This guy is over here training, probably being loud. Definitely looks noisy, I'm looking at this like, yeah, what was I going for here? Like, why is there like a Z there? That's strange. But that's okay. You don't need to understand everything, but you do need to get more done. All right. So do we want? No, he should be kind of standing upright, if you will. Okay. Here's Samara. Cool. Now for this one, I'm not gonna use completely black to separate it from everything. Alright. Good enough. Alright, now here. Cool. Now let's see. Oh, wow, so this is a bit darker. That's good. Gotta keep remembering that I try to more so draw out the again, not poses, but the moments, I guess, and try to get in the habit of doing that more. Draw out these characters, in the situation that they're in, and kind of not draw their clothes on, like more so focus on the body. Like I don't like this, right? So we're just gonna get rid of it and start over, right? So we don't like it. If we don't like it, we don't have to keep it. But yeah, in the I wouldn't say next part, but the the next, how to say it right now. In the next part of the process, there we go. I want to focus on going ahead and adding in the outfits and stuff like that that they're supposed to have. Right now, I'm like checking myself to make sure that what I initially drew was something decent, and that the anatomy and the proportions and all that good stuff is there. That way, I don't have to worry about it later when I'm taking it to the final drawing aspect of things. Right, see, that'll be down there. Maybe I should extend the leg actually. Alright. And cool, we get a bit of dimensionality just from doing that. That's great. Like by extending this leg out here. So we get something that kind of overlaps in the scene. And we also get like a pointer. We're using the leg to kind of point to the other subject of the page, other than himself. What I am going to have to do, I think, is, yeah, the hand is getting cropped off, right? I guess in order to sell the setting more, I could extend the panel. Maybe I will. Maybe that's the right idea, the right choice, to extend this panel outward. That way I don't have to crop everything right there. Okay, so what would the thing look like? So plain would be something like that. I would assume, yeah, that would be like that. Actually, maybe not. Maybe it would be, either way, you wouldn't really be able to do anything much with that. At least I don't think so. Alright, now we're gonna put like little rocky structures on the plane. Kind of jumping around, trying to hopefully not create a really easy pattern, I guess. Because, you know, humans really good at making patterns without even trying. And I'm probably making one anyway, but I try. Okay, so we have this right here. So we're going to extend this panel. So that's just fine. So that'll be straight down. Let's go to here. Click down. Does that work enough? That's what I'm thinking, right? I think that might work enough. go to our under drawings, go ahead and go to our selection area thingy, and just try to clear up some of this stuff I don't need that could distract me. And I see I added an extra amount of top part of this panel here that I felt like would be better to have. More room for clouds and skyline and things of that nature. Alright. So, right, we have these little hill-like structures here and there. Usually like to use a really big brush. It just helps me focus on things that, like, basically staying focused on making sure that I'm not focused on details. Let's see if I turn this off, what do we got? We got that, right? So at this point I can actually do that. I can actually turn that off if I want to. Okay, smaller. Alright. I think what I want to do is move him back more in this first panel here. And I can also, because he'll be moved back more, play with scale. So I can like make him bigger. That'll be fine. So go ahead and work on that a bit later. But yeah, that's essentially those things there. See what else we can do. Alright, so in the previous drawing we have a bit of, we understand where the sun might be coming from, why it's rising. Oh, maybe I was doing that. Maybe that's what I was doing, right? Little thing you see when the sun's rising up. Maybe that's what that Z was supposed to be. I'll leave that there just like that. You can go here. Sure. Right? Which means that, you know, we're going to have gradation over here. Right? Sometimes I'll do that to denote when or where there's going to be gradation. I should probably put it off of the thumbnails or the storyboards. So, this guy's going to be in shadow. We know that already, but not the darkest of shadows. This guy more so over here. Halo is going to be in shadow. So that'll be cool. Go ahead and have it do that. We're gonna have the hair blur. Cool. We got some more already there. Nice. And then basically, I'm just gonna go through and add in the clothing, right? And I usually will do that. I'm gonna do that with a pen, actually, instead of a pencil. So it shows up better. And I'll probably also pick a color layer. And actually don't need to, because I can just click this here. Yeah, that'll work just fine. So like the previous process of things, I'll just kind of go through and add where I believe the clothes will go and how they would fit, right? So we got this big collar, how it fits on what he's wearing. We have the shoulder joint here, goes around. The part of it that is dark is at the top. This goes down, so we get to the split that's in it. And that would just kind of go down like that. And technically, we'll go down, it's a split in it, and we keep going. That. Maybe I could have him sit on a bit of it or something. There's a scrunch up right there. Sure. Something like that. Pants are basically fine. Alright. Yeah, that could be pretty fun. Got him about to put on his shoe. That could work. Cool. I like the way that works out. But yeah, see here, what are we doing here? I can't close that. Alright. But yeah, like Halo's kind of finishing up. Oh, I know. I'll put a set on a different layer. Where, you know, it's kind of breathing. So we got the puffs of air right there. And Halo will also have on his cloak. I think that it should work out just fine. Let me see. So same here. Got the leg coming forward. So the split would be like this. I kind of designed this. It's one supposed to denote some form of culture and things like that, in this reality, and two, to like be something else that goes on the characters that kind of flow with their movements without having to just focus on just raw muscles and things like that. I did a bunch of that in the previous volume worth of content, and I feel like it's been done enough, I guess, for right now, and I kind of want to get better with other things. So I can't just allow myself to rely on something that I feel like I've already done a decent job at. So I have to kind of move forward. And designing these are really cool. And I'm happy that I designed them. And you'll find out what they really are, I guess. Like who usually wears these outfits, I guess, in the next, chapter after this one. Uh, Whenever you read it, right? Because I'm still working through everything else, like dialogue and clean up and everything like that. I'm still getting other things ready. But yeah, for right now, uh, know that they have a purpose. They don't just look cool. I think they look cool. They don't just look cool. I didn't make them just because I thought they looked cool. Alright. Alright. And of course, this is just turned blue. If I turn it off, that's what it looks like, right? It's just all black right there. And what I also try to do is when I'm working on chapters, I never usually want to turn anything black unless I know it's going to be like that. Like these are fine, and it may change. But when it comes to like clothing and stuff like that, or like aspects of detail on characters, I never try to focus on like turning anything completely black because basically the line work, right? The line work is what you want to make sure it looks good. And if you just fill something in, if you start filling in all these areas with black, the shape that you filled in might not even be that good yet, you know? But yeah, I actually don't really draw on the Cintiq much. Like I don't, well, I draw on it, right? But I don't, uh, what's it called? I don't finish anything start to finish with the Cintiq. I usually try to draw most of my things by hand. I do sketch on it, but if I want to take a picture of the final, if I think I have a good idea, I'll usually draw or sketch on the computer, find a way to take that idea, get it on some paper, and take that thing to final. I may even color it on the computer and things like that. But yeah, I like these shots here. They have some decent flow and movement to them. I like them a lot. Um, how you guys think it's looking? I think it's looking pretty cool. I think this is where we'll kind of sort of stop for today. We kind of went through 5 pages, setting them up at least, getting the pages. I got what did we do? We opened the chapter folder, right? and we have all of our pages kind of open right now. We have imported 5 of the thumbnails into the respective areas they need to be, and we've created 5 pages full of um, uh, folders that have all our panels kind of done and cut and everything. So they're set up and ready to go and ready to be drawn on as far as creating our rough drawings, right? Once we have our rough drawings and we go over them a bit, that's when we'll be able to take all this stuff to final lines, right? And that's when, that's when we do it by hand again. And then we scan it back in and we have to do all the tone stuff. But basically we're on that aspect of the process. This is our first page. Have the sky in the morning, sun is slowly rising up, the sky is practicing and things of that nature. Samara's running around. I'm kind of chasing this friggin' butterfly. It's still here for some reason. And we have kind of the end of the training. I'll try to, again, start it off where Makeem is kind of laying there. Maybe he's asleep, maybe he's not. But basically, we get 2 panels of consistent movement and effort and things of that nature. Hopefully, I'll probably do a thing where the light source is slowly getting higher and higher until we get to the final panel where the lighting is even brighter here. So it'll probably start off slightly near my keen down here at the bottom, right? So it'll be basically like literally the sun is rising up, and there'll be a decent amount of hopefully understanding that time is going past at least a little bit of time. And then basically after all that movement and all that stuff, get some slowdown. There's no more actual like extra images of him. He's kind of standing there, and he's also just breathing. And then we have the sun rising up, and Makim's kind of putting on his shoes. And I don't think I want any dialogue to be there. Actually, I don't feel like I need any. You know, I feel like sometimes when you're doing comics, and maybe you're influenced by other creators, and maybe they're obviously industry guys, and you're not an industry guy, you're an indie person, you might feel like you need to hurry up, you gotta hurry up, you gotta rush. At least, at first I felt like that a lot, right? And I always felt like, I gotta really rush and get more and more stuff done. Um, but if you do that, you mess with the flow, the natural feeling of how your story could flow or should flow when you're trying to tell the story. It means basically quiet moments should feel quiet. Don't try to force dialogue just to get your plot along. Like let it be quiet. And when it needs to get noisy, it'll really feel noisy because you allowed it to be quiet in moments where it really mattered. But yeah, thanks everyone for coming to the stream. We'll be back tomorrow with our second stream of the week at 9 p.m. So hope you guys come through. If you have any questions, I'll answer them to the best of my ability. I'll give you guys, whatever knowledge I have of any of this stuff. I love drawing comics, and if you guys need any help working on your own comics, if you need any tips, tricks, or anything, if there's any questions you guys have, I'll try and answer it. And I'll also tell you if I don't know. It's important for us to, tell the truth. Like, like I don't know how to do that, but I'll try and learn, you know, and I can just be upfront with you guys and tell you guys I might not know. But if you guys have the question, if I didn't even think of that question, I might be able to help you guys find it out, and I'll put it in whatever video you guys show back up in. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah. You guys get some rest.